Hello, today we're going to be looking at 5-7b, inequality word problems. At the end of the video, I want you to be able to say, I can represent real-world situations using inequalities involving variables and positive and negative rational numbers. All right, let's get started. You should have picked up an inequalities note sheet that looks like this. It has 4 quadrants on it. Each one has a different inequality symbol that we're going to look at. And each one has words that we're going to look for within the word problem to help us represent each situation. The first one we're going to look at is greater than or more than. You might see either of those when we know we're going to use the greater than or equal to symbol. As we looked at yesterday, here are some solutions that would make this inequality true. A is greater than -2. So A could be -1.8. A could be 0. And we graph that with an open circle, which means A could not be -2, but any value to the right of that would make this inequality true. Moving on to the word problem. The backyard is greater than 225 square feet. So in here, this situation, you see that the keyword or keywords is greater than, indicating that we're going to use the greater than symbol. Our variable is always going to go on the left, and in this situation, we have 225 on the other side. So this situation is represented by the inequality x is greater than 225. All right, let's go ahead to the next one. This one is our is less than, or we could also say fewer than symbol. Our examples here, A is less than 4, or we could also say A is fewer than 4. And so here are some examples of solutions that would make this inequality true. Again, we use an open circle, which means 4 cannot be a solution, but any number to the left of that or fewer than that could be. The situation, there are fewer than 10 cans of pop left in the fridge. Hopefully you recognize fewer than are the keywords that we're looking for when we do the less than symbol within our inequality. Our variable is going to go on the left, and our 10 is going to go on the right. So again, there are fewer than 10 cans of pop left in the fridge. So fewer than are keywords that indicate we're going to use the less than symbol. So x is less than 10 would represent this situation. All right, now we're getting into the symbols that have or equal to at the end of them, which indicates that we include the number that's being compared in the situation. So is more than or equal to, at least, no less than, a minimum of, all could be words that we look for within our situations to help us identify that we want the greater than or equal to symbol. Here are some examples. We have A is greater than or equal to -2. So some solutions could be A equals -2. So again, in this case, we have the or equal to, so it means that -2 could be a solution. So that is a closed circle we use, and any value to the right are also solutions. Let's look at this situation and see if we can figure out what words help us figure out that we're going to use the greater than or equal to symbol. Katie is at least 3 inches taller than her brother. So at least are the words that we're going to look at that indicate a greater than or equal to symbol. Our variable is on the left, and 3 would be on the right. So x is greater than or equal to 3 is the inequality that represents this situation. All right, the last one we have is the less than or equal to. Again, with the or equal to, that means we include the number that is being compared. So we have A is less than or equal to 4. So again, 4 could be a solution. 0 could be a solution. -83.5 could be a solution. Any numbers that are 4 or less than that, or to the left on the number line, would make this inequality true. As we look at the situation, we have no more than 7 people can fit in the van. So this phrase no more than indicates that we're going to use the is less than or equal to symbol. So x is less than or equal to 7. So that means that 7 people could fit in the van, or any number less. So 6 people or 5 people, but the or equal to indicates that this could be 7 as well. All right, I have 2 problems that you need to try by yourself. Go ahead after I read this, pause the video and come up with the inequality that matches this situation. So the temperature outside will be at most -6 degrees Fahrenheit. So write an inequality that represents that situation. Pause the video. All right, you should have come up with the inequality x is less than or equal to -6, because the phrase at most gives us a hint that we are going to be using the is less than or equal to -6, the less than or equal to symbol. All right, you try this one. Preston wants to ride the roller coaster. He has to be a minimum of 42 inches. In your notebook, try this one. Write the inequality that matches this situation. All right, check what you wrote and make sure it matches mine. A minimum of are the key words that we need to look for when writing this. A minimum of indicates we're going to use the greater than or equal to symbol. So you should have written x is greater than or equal to 42. Nice work. On the next page in your notebook, go ahead and create a 5-7B homework page. Your 5-7B homework assignment is on Schoology. At the bottom of your notes page, write the word peppermint. Now you should be able to say that you can represent real-world situations using inequalities involving variables and positive and negative rational numbers. Have a great day.